this is the AlphaBest series of games. This is where I talk about my favorite games from each letter of the alphabet. We made it through Q, whew, so now we're to R, which surprisingly enough is not as plentiful of a letter as you might think, but I was still able to find 10 amazing games. We'll start with number 10, Room 25. Now, Room 25 would probably not have made the list if it hadn't been for its expansion, Season 2, which really boosted it up. Room 25, you and several other people are locked in like this labyrinth of rooms that are moving around, and some of the rooms are filled with deadly traps. Yeah, it sounds like a movie you may have seen. But that is what it is, and my favorite way of playing it is where some of the players are traitors, and they're secretly guards working for the company, and you're trying to get you in trouble. A pretty cool, solid game, Room 25. Number 9 is Rolling Freight. This just knocked off Railways of the World, Railroad Tycoon. Rolling Freight is a dice train game where you will roll dice and then use those dice to build routes between cities and deliver goods from one city to the other. It's a pretty solid game. It's a pretty heavy style game as you are going to be moving freight around on the map and things. I like it because when you roll the dice, you can always use what you have. You may not want to use it in a specific way. You can even get, technologies that give you dice that no one else has. There's a lot of cool features, but at the same time, it's a pretty heavy strategic game that when you're done, it feels very satisfied. And I think I would rather play this over something like Age of Steam or Railroad Tycoon, although I do like those games also. Number 8 made my list because of me playing it with my family, and that's Robot Turtles. Robot Turtles is not a super complex game, but it is a game that teaches kids programming. And I played this with my kids, and I saw them learning basic programming skills. And I saw one of my daughters in particular being able to do things that she hadn't done before, and I was thrilled. And I am so glad that game is still in my collection because of that. It is still one that I will bring out someday. Maybe I'll be able to play this with my grandkids. There's a lot of kids' games out there that teach counting and adding and colors. This one taught logic, and I loved it for that. Robot Turtles. Number 7 is Reef Encounter. Reef Encounter is a beautiful game where there's reefs and you have fish moving around and eating the reefs and growing the reefs and trying to get points, and it's mean and vicious as all get out. It really is. Okay? If you ever played Tigers and Euphrates, this is kind of like a sequel to it, feels like. Reef Encounter, there's a lot going on. It's a little bit more complex than you might think. There's beautiful growing reefs, and you're trying to get them to the right size and claim them for yourselves and go after your opponent's reefs. It works as a 2-player game, but goes up to 4. I like it quite a bit. There's 2 versions. The original one from R&R Games, the Z-Man reprint, both beautiful in their own ways. Reef Encounter. Number 6 is Risk Legacy. Not Risk. Risk is, wouldn't have made my top 50 probably, but Risk Legacy, wow. Everyone's talking today about Pandemic Legacy and the upcoming Seafall and, these legacy-style games. Risk Legacy is where it all started. I still remember the first time I opened the box and I was like, oh, a packet I can't open yet? Oh, blew my mind. Still blows my mind. So much fun. The experiences I played where I got to open things and find out what was coming next. Oh, it was such a great time. Like it a lot. Risk Legacy. Number 5 is a game coming out in the Dice Tower Essentials line, and I loved it. It was Royals. Royals is a game in which you are trying to get points any way you can. You are getting points by being the first one to put stuff down in a country, by taking control of a country, by having the most princesses or the most dukes, and there's just many different ways, but it's a very simple system. It reminds me of an area control version of Ticket to Ride. Just a solid game where you're going to take cards, draw the cards, play the cards, go here, back. We're fighting a little bit back and forth. It doesn't take very long. Goes up to 5 players very smoothly. The new version of that's coming out this year. I'm excited for you guys to get a chance to see that. But that is Royals. Number 4 is Rum and Bones. I love pirate games, but most pirate games are really merchant games with a little bit of fighting on top of it, or they're silly, weird games. This one is a pirate game where the pirates are jumping and attacking each other. Yeah, there might be undead in it, there might be crazy magical stuff going on, but still, it gives me the feeling of a pirate game. Beautiful miniatures jumping across boats at each other. Oh, I love it. They have another one on Kickstarter, so I can't wait to see the sequel to this one, but I loved it. Rum and Bones. Number 3, I mentioned Robot Turtles. Programming for kids. This is programming for adults, and that's Robo Rally. or it's programming for psychopaths. Some people hate Robo Rally, but I love it. It is a game in which you have robots. You are just trying to get to point A, point B, point C, and then home. Seems hard. They're easy, right? And you get to play cards. Move forward 2, turn, move this way. But everyone else is moving, and they're blocking you, and they're getting weapons, and they're shooting at you, and there's laser beams going across this court, and pits, and smashing things, and flames. It's so much fun. And they're coming out with a new version of it soon. I'm really curious to see how this new updated streamlined version goes. But as it is, even without this updated streamlined version, it's number 3 on my list, Robo Rally. Number 2 is Race for the Galaxy. Race for the Galaxy is a tableau building game. This is a game where you have these cards and you're building a space empire. And you're playing cards in front of you, and you might be just trying to get a quick space empire and build out as many as you can for points, or getting goods and then selling those goods and getting points that way. But what's cool, everything in Race for the Galaxy uses the same cards over and over again for different ways. And it has these actions. If you watch my P list, you'll see I like Puerto Rico. Race for the Galaxy kind of built on that Puerto Rico. It's kind of like Puerto Rico in space with cards. It has an excellent 2-player variant that I really enjoy. So I'm going to say I just love Race for the Galaxy. And some people might be sitting out there wondering why it's not my number 1. That's because a sequel to Race for the Galaxy is my number 1, Roll for the Galaxy. The same kind of game, but with dice. I love dice. Okay, you can tell that. But this isn't just a chuck them and see what happens. This is chuck them and then sit there and say, okay, I'm going to allocate these dice here and these dice here. You have it behind your screen and do that. Okay, now we do different actions, and everyone's picking actions. And I think Roll for the Galaxy does a better job with multiple players than Race does. Race, in my opinion, is best with 2 or 3. Roll does a great job with more players than Race does. And I mean, they're both solid games. I could play either one of them. So this is a close 2-1 for me, both by the same designer and company, Rio Grande Games and Tom Lemon. But I love them a lot. So my number 1, Roll for the Galaxy. And that's it for the letter R. Come back next time for the biggest letter of them all, with more games probably than any others, and that is the letter S. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel. You've been watching the AlphaBest here at the Dice Tower.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching the Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.